Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and even good night to every one of you. My name is Rinaka Gustafano, and I am a public speaker, a mentor, and also a judge for speech competitions. As I was a student, a college student, I was also very active in participating in competitions. Now, I want to share with you the very basic fundamentals of what it means to join speech competitions. But before we get into that, people often ask me or come up to me and say, "Hey, how do you do public speaking, or how do you start public speaking?" And a lot of people say, "You know what? Oh, you need to have confidence. You need to have the ability to speak in front of people. You need to let go of your fears, let go of your nerves." But that's not what I say to people. What I say to people is that make sure when you want to speak, you have the perfect intention. May it be in a competition, may it be presentation, or a seminar. You need to have the perfect intention. Now, there is no such thing as a perfect speech. There is no such thing as a perfect script. Every type of speech, every type of script has their own flaws. But what can be perfect or near perfect is your intentions. Now, where does this intention derive from? It derives from the very basic or basis fundamental reason of public speaking, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is passion. Now, you may be watching this as a student or a professional or whatever you are. You have a certain subject or a certain topic that you always love to discuss, that you feel like, you know what, I love this subject. And once you are asked to explain about said subject, you became passionate. You became fiery. You become this being that, you know what, I want to let people know. So you need to know your reason. Why I always wanted to be a public speaker is not to show the world that I am good, but is to show the world that there is always someone who is there for you. The reason why I started public speaking is to share the word of bullying, is to share the word of mental health. I want to share about that topic to people, and that is what I always want to discuss with people. I want to tell people, hey, you know what? You are not alone in this world. And that is my intention, for people to not feel alone. So before we get started on, writing a speech or making a script, or even starting our intonation, starting our enunciation, starting our pronunciations, all of that, you need to know why you are speaking. Find the core reason. And once you do, you will be able to nail every single subject, every single point of discussion without even a single bit of hesitation from yourself. I've always said a speech or public speaking is a performance. It's not this template. People always told me that in a speech, in public speaking, there is this template that you need to follow. Truth be told, I don't like that template. People keep telling me, your speech, Gustav, is not the conventional type of speech. It's not the template speech. So what? It's a performance. Speech, public speaking, make sure you show yourself to the world. You don't have to lie about yourself to reach that certain status quo, to follow that certain status quo. You show yourself to the world, you show yourself to the audience, and that is what makes a good public speaker. Not following a template, but be yourself. Be confident in yourself, believe in yourself, and have passion and faith in yourself. Again, because once you do, no one can tell you otherwise. Once you believe that you are a good public speaker, no one has the right to debate you otherwise. So, ladies and gentlemen, people of all ages, no matter how old you are, no matter what your background is, no matter where you're from, remember, public speaking, speech, is not about boasting yourself to the world, but it's about showing everyone that you care. So remember, have the right intention and have the right motivation. Thank you for sticking by. That is one of the very basic fundamental of what public speaking is. If you do want to check out more, I will be teaching more about public speaking, and this goes in more in depth about intonations, about pronunciation. I would also be reacting to some public speakers or some YouTubers, to debunk or to discuss their confidence of public speaking. If you would like to send me in your clip about you doing public speaking and want me to discuss about it, it would be perfectly fine as well. So that wraps up this video. We can wrap this video up. And again, just to remind you, whenever you decide to start to speak, that is the moment you decide to change the world.